This is the Aprilia RS 457, which basically is a sports bike for almost everybody out there because the price is quite attractive at rupees 5.18 lakhs on road Mumbai. This for a twin cylinder motorcycle and a motorcycle which looks like a super bike is stellar value for money without a doubt. So this motorcycle has some compromises here and there, but it looks absolutely stellar. Look at the design, it wins you over at just one glance. That's how amazing it looks. I mean, look at the headlight. Isn't that super duper stunning? It's an all LED unit, obviously. That is the indicator right now, says Aprilia here. And the color scheme is awesome that from different angles now you feel that it's a different color altogether. That's how nice it is. Aprilia says be a racer, so we'll try and be that. Obviously, there's some vent here for better cooling for the rider, I believe, and I think there's a vent here as well. I can't really judge because the light is too bright right now. USD forks right here. Front disc is actually 320mm. Front tire size 110, 70, 17. Orange colored wheels. Alloys are like really nice in terms of design because they have this sort of a treatment there, which is actually quite cool. There's a reflector there. Steel braided brake lines, but the problem is that the pads are organic and not sintered, and that's the reason they fade really fast when you keep riding the motorcycle and apply heavy brakes. The fairing has been neatly done. It says RS right there. The engine is actually the star of the show here because it is just phenomenal and it gets an underbelly exhaust. Now if you notice, the swing arm as well as the pegs are mounted directly on the engine. So yeah, this is an aluminium frame. It gets a monoshock suspension at the rear. You can see the engine, it has a 270-degree firing order. Something has been written there. Radiator right there. Okay, I can feel the heat coming out from there. Meanwhile, the chassis number has been engraved there on the frame. The tank is small at just 12 liters, I believe. Meanwhile, the ground clearance is 150mm and the seat height is 800mm. This motorcycle looks compact, but it's super duper sexy, and it says RS 457 here as well. Pegs are a little rear set. Rear tire size happens to be a 150 section, 150, 60, 17. Rear disc is small at 220mm. Dual channel ABS, obviously, that's something you would expect, and everything is LED on this motorcycle. The rear looks really very nice. The design is just amazing, and the attention to detail is so awesome that it even says Aprilia right there. The suspension is adjustable for preload both at the front as well as the rear, but not for damping. You sit a bit high up and the grab rail is not that comfortable. Seat is a bit on the stiffer side. I love the color scheme on this motorcycle. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I think for the design alone, this motorcycle will sell a lot, and it's a bit of an aggressive riding position. With these clip-on bars, it says adjustable for preload right there. This is to turn on and off the motorcycle. This is to change the riding modes. There are 3 riding modes: Eco, Rain as well as Sport. It gets ride by wire. That's the reason it has got riding modes. It has got 2 modes for the ABS system. Yeah, and traction control can be browsed through 3 settings as well: ATC 1, 2 and 3. So I'm just going to change that at the moment. Yeah, these buttons feel a bit flimsy to operate, a bit hard if I may. This is for the indicator, the horn. Okay, the horn is loud. No adjustable lever for the clutch, but for the front brake, there's an adjustable lever right there. And this is a 5-inch screen. It's a TFT unit. It's amazing in terms of quality. It gives you a lot of information, so you can browse through a lot of stuff. Yeah, that is giving you the ride summary, including what is the fuel consumption like, and that is 10.6 kilometers per liter, which is quite bad. How much time you have ridden, what's the top speed you have achieved, and then obviously you can get into more settings to get more information from this motorcycle. And I think this is the lap timer, and then it also has Bluetooth connectivity. That's the reason you can connect and listen to music if you want. You can connect your phone, you can pick up a call, and all that can be done as well. So that's kind of nice. I'm just going to turn off the motorcycle and then I'm going to turn it on. So you can see it do a full swipe up. Yeah, it's a bit slow to respond. Says Aprilia, be a racer. And Aprilia has actually won 54 world titles, which they have mentioned proudly here. Let's turn on the motorcycle. There, it rose to life. Oh my goodness, the motorcycle sound is just amazing. Mirrors are a bit far out, but I think that should not be an issue at all. Yeah, fit finish could be slightly better. Some cheap plastics here and there. So the Mercedes logo has been put here. I don't know why. Even Tata Motors does that. Everyone is obsessed with Mercedes. But in terms of design, Aprilia has knocked it out of the park. What a beautiful looking motorcycle. But is the ride experience something which will blow your mind completely? Well, let's start riding right away.
Alright, let's turn on this motorcycle. It's very slow and laggy at times. Sometimes this cluster also doesn't work. Anyways, here we are. Bike starts very smoothly with this amazing sound as well, so that's a good thing. I don't know why the ABS light is blinking right now. So there are 3 riding modes. Obviously there is Eco, yeah, there has to be Rain. Even though it's kind of raining, I'll still be in sport mode. Traction control has 3 modes, so there is 1, 2 and 3, and obviously you can turn it off. I'm just going to keep it at 1 right now because I think that is fine. Riding posture is aggressive. There's no 2 ways about it because I feel I'm sitting quite high up, leaned all the way. But remember one thing, it is not as aggressive as the R15, so that's definitely a good thing. And every time I'm on this motorcycle, I just want to push it hard, because this motorcycle is all about performance, and the handling is also quite amazing because it gives you so much feel as well, which is nice. The tires are like decently grippy as well, so this is a fun motorcycle to ride. But the riding posture is very different with the mirrors all the way ahead, so adjusting them on the go is not difficult, it's just impossible. Yeah, you cannot adjust the mirrors on the go, very difficult to do that. I would expect to have some amount of ache on my arms when I ride it for a longer duration because of the way the riding posture is. So it's obviously sporty, the intentions are sporty, the bike looks sporty, everything tells you that this is a very sporty motorcycle. But it's not very sporty as such, in the sense that it's not going to give you a back pain, because still the riding posture is actually quite manageable here. The only thing is that the windscreen is very chin to window, so they should have a bigger windscreen for sure. Now this is powered by a 457cc parallel twin engine. This engine produces, how much does it produce? I don't remember. It produces 47.6 horsepower at doesn't matter what RPM. What matters is that it makes 43.5 Newton meters of torque, so there's a lot of torque, and that's the reason why the motor is very tractable here, which means that you can ride in a higher gear without a fuss. I'm riding in third now, I've come into second, but I can easily ride in third as well. That's how good the tractability is of this motorcycle. And when you get out on the open road, you open the throttle, even without taking into the higher end of the rev range, you still feel that the bike offers ample performance. Yeah, there is good amount of grunt, there's good amount of performance, and it is a fast motorcycle. Now finally we are in the dry, which is a good thing. Oh my god, the sound of this machine is amazing because of the 270-degree firing order. It actually gives you big bike feels, big bike vibes, which is amazing. And the engine is smooth, but I can feel a bit of buzziness on the foot pegs, a little bit on the tank also, and I definitely can feel it on the handlebar too. Clip-on bars give you good amount of feel as well. So as I see it right now, this bike has all the positives for it. Only thing is the fuel efficiency is horrendous in the city, because it will return somewhere around 18 to 20 kilometers per liter, but out on the highway obviously you can stretch it to 30 kilometers per liter. I don't know why it likes to drink so much in the city, and with a small fuel tank you don't get much of a range here, but that's fine because this is a sporty motorcycle with sporty performance. It's a parallel twin engine, and the parallel twin is a parallel twin is a parallel twin, of course. I love how it's able to pull so nicely even in higher gears, because the torque is amazing in this motorcycle. Now the multiple riding modes, they definitely don't alter the performance, in the sense that power and torque don't change when you change the riding modes. It only alters the throttle response here, and you will find the throttle response to be a bit too sharp in sport mode. Dulls down a bit when you get into rain and eco modes. Obviously should be filtered, we will definitely try to filter, but I don't know why those Mercedes cars are standing like a little weirdly, so we're going to get in from here. Yeah, it is not bad at all. Okay, the weight is a bit more when compared to the segment benchmark, so 175 kgs here, 3 kgs more than the KTM RC390, but forget all this, here we go. Oh my god, the bike is amazing. The performance is mind-bogglingly phenomenal. Gets a slipper clutch, no quick shifter here, pay 28,000 more for a quick shifter. Okay, ride is on the stiffer side, but it's not unbearably stiff. It is definitely on the stiffer side, because obviously this is going to be a stiff bike. Now, the duty of this bike is to do touring very well, but more than that, it can do track duties amazingly well too. Because the tires, oh my god, what a motorcycle. Absolutely amazing. Aprilia, you have won my heart. OG Faisal must know, when I drove the RS4 Tuno, I went absolutely mental riding that motorcycle. My god, what acceleration! And this one is giving me the same vibes as well, because the performance is amazing here, no two ways about it. The wind blast is way too much. Okay, I'm going to duck down a bit for better aero efficiency. Yeah, alrighty, we get into 6th gear. 170 quite easily. It will easily cross 190 kilometers per hour. That is the kind of grunt this motorcycle has. Phenomenal machine. What a bike, and what a freaking bike. Brakes are also strong. Only thing is the brakes are not fade free now. That's a bit of an issue. You ride for long and then the brakes kind of become sucky here, so that's a bit of a thing you have to tackle. But rest of it, absolutely mind-blowing. What a motorcycle this is. Aprilia, you've done a fab job here. Okay, bike stalled because I got into neutral, then I don't know why I was in first all of a sudden. Okay, I'm going to quickly change the cluster mode here. Yeah, and I'm going to come to this one with the lap timer. Let's turn on the motorcycle and let's try and take a U-turn, which means I'll give an indicator, and let's use the horn because we can. The horn is not that great. Okay, taking a U-turn is a bit of an effort. It's not that smooth, and it's time to launch this machine. So here we are into first gear, revving the motor, rev till 9,000 RPM, and off we go. First gear, 64 kilometers per hour. Second gear, 91. Third gear, come on baby, 121, and into fourth. Too much wind blast, way too much wind blast. Fourth tops out at 153 kilometers per hour. Into fifth, and we are definitely going to go out of road. Yeah, 165. I think it could manage 170 as well, and we had still another gear left. That is the level of performance of this Aprilia motorcycle. It sounds nice, performance is amazing, handling is nice, it gives you a lot of feel and feedback as well going around the corners, and there are a lot of electronics to ride by wire here. What a machine, yeah. Aprilia, you have done a fab job, you have won my heart. I was hoping Bajaj, KTM would do something like this, but the greedy guys have decided let's keep churning out more motorcycles on that platform rather than giving us 2-cylinder engines. I didn't call Bajaj greedy, did I? Oh no. Next Pulsar की ride नहीं होने वाली, मैं नहीं आने वाला उधर. गया, gone, गया, finish, over. Jokes aside, yaar, I don't know what has happened to KTM. From their aim of actually giving us twin-cylinder motorcycles, they decided नहीं करेंगे. And Aprilia has just pulled a rabbit out of the hat by giving us such a phenomenal machine. Twin-cylinder is what we deserve. Twin-cylinder is what the Italians have given us. Yo baby, I can't say thank you enough to Aprilia for giving us a twin-cylinder motorcycle. But don't just buy it yet, because you really have to look out for a few things. First and foremost, there are a few iffy bits on this motorcycle, so I believe Aprilia will take some time to sort out the minor gremlins here and there. Beyond this, I also feel that service will not be up to the mark, because obviously Italians don't know how to service anything, let alone a motorcycle. But beyond that, I also want to say that the problem is that Vespa service has been terrible, so it will take some time to get on top of that as well. So reliability, service, and all those things won't be the best at the start, but once those issues are sorted, bye bye KTM, you are done and dusted, because this motorcycle goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5 freaking seconds, making it super quick. And then what an engine! The engine is not just the highlighter, it is actually, it's also the design, it's the style, it's the handling, it's the electronics. Everything here just screams amazing, except the chindi brakes on this bike, the brake pads actually, which are organic and not centered. So I expected Aprilia to do better there, but I'm in love, I'm in absolute love with the Aprilia RS 457. It actually gives you RS 660 vibes. It's a phenomenal machine. What a bike! I've said it so many times, I'll say it again. What a freaking motorcycle. The Italians know how to make machines, and they've done a phenomenal job. Anyone can make an expensive motorcycle, but making one for the mass market, well, that's something not everyone can do. Now you will say that, are you calling this a mass market motorcycle? Yes, I'm calling it. For 5,18,000 rupees, the kind of performance, feel, and all that you get with this bike is absolutely stellar, to say the least. It brings out the Rossi in me, because I just feel like a racer, and that's the reason why Aprilia says be a racer. कहीं तो लिखा हुआ है, मैं भूल गया कहाँ लिखा हुआ है. Yeah, it says Aprilia Racing here on the tank as well. Not very efficient, but who cares? When you ride this motorcycle, you are all smiles and more. And I think it's time to launch this bike one more time, because I just can't get enough of it. Excuse me, I'm coming here. Oh, slots into neutral perfectly well. We'll come out of this menu quickly. Into first gear, time to launch, and off we go. Oh yeah, it doesn't do clutchless shifts at times. Need a quick shifter here for sure. That should be offered as standard. Not 28 freaking thousand rupees for that. That's a lot of money. Oh my god, what a motorcycle, what a motorcycle, what a freaking motorcycle. I am totally enjoying the experience of riding this Aprilia today.
5 minutes later.
Races are so key. Clutch is light, but the gearbox has a bit of a clunky feel, gives you that KTM vibe to it. But hey, I'm not complaining, I'm in love. Love is blind.
मैं जा रहा हूँ. अरे तू जा रही. मैं नहीं जाऊँ.
Poor video deck kahi janga.
Off we go! Red line at 10,500 RPM. And if you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button. I love this bike. Bye bye.